I just don't think that we go well together.
Amanda and Razvan are over. That's it, finished. So what caused their breakup?
It was just like about maybe, like me feeling like we just are different and like it's just not gonna work. I mean, also too, with me, like I feel like, I don't know, did I get into a relationship too quickly?
Did you get into a relationship too quickly? Amanda, are you serious? Has that realization only just dawned on you? The whole thing is crazy. Like, while Amanda's there doing her makeup, acting like she's not really all that bothered, Razvan is devastated.
I don't know, I feel like, is something wrong with me?
Okay, so before we dive into the argument and what actually happened, let's rewind back to the start of this episode. So we left the pair in a weird spot last week after Amanda was called toxic by Razvan's friend Deanna. But maybe that was a wake-up call for her. Maybe that's exactly what she needed to hear. Because when we join them in this episode, ironically, their relationship is better than ever.
The last few days with Razvan and I have been so much better.
Razvan has really been showing me that he cares about me, that he's listening.
I mean, not to be funny, Amanda, but Razvan's always been listening. He's always shown you that he cares. It's just that you've never really noticed. You've always just taken it for granted. That is, until you got called out by Deanna.
It was really difficult to hear his friend call my relationship with Razvan toxic.
It makes me want to be a better partner for Razvan.
So what does that mean, Amanda? How exactly are you going to be a better partner for Razvan? Well, hearing what Deanna had to say and fearing that Deanna might actually like Razvan, that Deanna might try and steal her boyfriend, has led to her deciding that now is a perfect time to finally be intimate with Razvan.
So we stayed up all night.
You had sex all night?
Yeah.
And after weeks of uncertainty, weeks of torturing herself about how it would feel to be intimate with another man after the death of her husband, it turns out being intimate with Razvan for Amanda wasn't really that big of a deal at all. She's absolutely fine. She was ready.
I was kind of worried, like I would feel bad to be with someone else, like intimately, but I didn't. I feel like it was a good thing.
This is a really big deal for Amanda. Being intimate again with someone is a very big step on her journey to healing. So with their relationship in the best place that it's been, for now at least, Razvan has planned something very special for Amanda. He's cancelled the music video shoot that he had planned, the shoot that Amanda was very uncomfortable with, to instead take Amanda on an overnight trip to another city.
This is a proof for her that I do care about her feelings, and I do want to make things work.
Now, this actually seems to be quite a big sacrifice for Razvan. Postponing his music video in order to take Amanda to one of Romania's most famous tourist destinations, Dracula's castle, means that Razvan is prioritising Amanda over his career. But I've got to say, Dracula's castle seems like a very brave choice, considering the fact that Amanda doesn't like creepy things.
It sounds like I am walking in one of those old black and white movies where the vampire comes out of a leaky alley, and it's creeping me out.
And that was her reaction to a walk in the park. Imagine what it's going to be like at an actual torture chamber. Razvan, don't get your hopes up too high. This could go very badly.
And it's a very beautiful place.
I mean, Dracula's castle, it doesn't scream romance to me.
Yeah, these two are so different. Now, while their tour starts off light-hearted and everyone having fun, when they enter the torture chamber, it suddenly takes a very dark turn. Initially, the interrogation chair seems like a great opportunity to make a joke and have a laugh. But the conversation quickly turns very serious.
So you sit here and you have to tell me the truth.
I'm always telling you the truth. Maybe you should sit here and ask you some questions because I always answer, but you don't.
Guys, we're still joking around and having fun, right, guys? What just happened? I think maybe the irony of Amanda implying that he wasn't truthful might have been a bit too much for Razvan to stomach. He's now gone into full-blown serious conversation mode, and we soon learn that something's been bothering him.
Now that I got a visa, when you think you will tell the kids that they can be there?
Do you think that's an interrogation
No,
question?
it's not interrogation, just a question.
Amanda is clearly not happy about this question, and we learn that the US tourist visa that Razvan applied for has now been granted. That news apparently came through last night, but for Amanda, that poses a problem. You see, as I'm sure you recall, when Razvan initially told Amanda that he'd applied for the visa, she felt like he was moving too quickly. But that was on their very first day together. Now, their relationship is in a much better place, isn't it?
I'm still not 100% sure about him coming to the US so soon.
This is still all happening too quickly for Amanda. The prospect of having to introduce Razvan to her kids in person, having to integrate him into her family, freaks her out. But the truth is, that's not exactly what Razvan's asking for. All he wants from her is a vague timeline. He doesn't want specifics. He's just looking for confirmation that she's okay with him coming to visit her. He's only got a tourist visa. This isn't permanent.
Just tell me, I don't know, I will see. I'm not asking you, like, exactly.
I have no idea when my children will be ready because I haven't spoken with them yet.
Now, I totally appreciate that Amanda's just trying to prioritise her children's well-being here, but it does feel like she's using her kids to cover her own emotions. I have no idea when my kids will be ready seems like it really means I have no idea when I'll be ready. For Razvan, that's not good enough. He's not prepared to place his life in limbo, waiting for Amanda to click her fingers and say, okay, now I'm ready. So, Razvan tries to dig deeper. He wants answers. What would happen if your kids don't accept me, he asks.
I don't know. Well, let's not speculate.
No, we need to speculate because I want some answers.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Now, put aside the hypothetical and the speculation. What Razvan was really looking for here was assurances from Amanda that she was ready to fight for their relationship. He was looking to get some confidence from her. He was looking for her to say, this relationship is the real deal. Don't worry, we'll work out and I will make sure that I integrate you into my life. But that is clearly not what he got. Instead, he got the classic evasive Amanda.
Let's look and see what's in here.
And when he tries to push her further, unwilling to just let that lie, Amanda snaps back with, it's none of your business. I'll tell my kids whenever I choose to. Which seems to imply that it's her, not her kids, that has the issue.
My choices on waiting to tell my kids, it has nothing to do with you.
I understand.
Okay.
But I don't want to feel like a fool.
And that brings us on to the next day. When we join them the next morning, it seems like the pair have had a huge argument off camera. Because we have no footage, we're left to piece together what actually went down. But both of them seem to have different recollections of what happened. Amanda's version of events is she essentially told Razvan that she wants to end things with him.
It was just like about me feeling like we just are different and like it's just not gonna work.
It was about me feeling that we weren't going to work, she says. Not even 24 hours ago, they were both floating on a cloud, but now it's over. And I can't help but think that it's linked to that conversation about Razvan's tourist visa. This is exactly the toxic kind of relationship that Deanna was talking about. But Amanda goes on to justify her decision by saying,
I asked Razvan what his plan is when he comes to the United States. He got very defensive.
Can anyone else spot the hypocrisy here? When Razvan put pressure on Amanda about telling her kids, she got defensive. That's meant to be okay. But when Amanda questions Razvan and he gets defensive, that's a big problem for her. But the thing is, this is actually a fair point from Amanda. If Razvan were to move to the US permanently, what would he actually do for money? How would he support himself whilst trying to pursue a music and acting career?
I just got this impression like Razvan, if he doesn't go to the US and like become an actor, become a singer, I feel like he just won't do it.
So Amanda's concern is if Razvan's dream to become an actor or a singer falls flat on its face, he'd be too stubborn, he'd have too much pride to go out and get another job. That would leave her having to support him, and that's not something she's willing to do.
A man should, if he cares about his person that he's with, his family, like he would do anything like to contribute and to help out.
So what's Razvan's side of the story? Well, he claims that they were having a nice night when all of a sudden Amanda asked him out of the blue,
And from nothing, he tried to tell me like, who think has more money?
Razvan says he was taken aback by this question, but he readily admits she has more money than him. But so what, he says. What's money got to do with anything? I've never asked you for money.
She has more money, but I never asked for nothing for her.
But that's not the only thing that Razvan shares. You see, he starts to get very emotional when he reveals that Amanda also crossed a line with him when comparing him to her late husband.
She compared me with Jason. She told me Jason will provide for her. If she wants something, Jason will go and give her to her.
That's just not fair, he says. Amanda shouldn't compare me to Jason's memory. That's an unfair comparison. Treat me as my own man, he says.
It's not here, it's...
But, notably, he provides no explanation about how or if he'd be willing and able to provide for Amanda in the way that she seems to expect. And while Amanda doesn't say it in so many words, she makes it pretty clear reading between the lines that she expects any partner that she's with to provide for her.
When I first met Jason, he was a manager at a restaurant and he like started here and he did what he had to do to like provide for his family.
I think that's pretty clear. She doesn't expect to be the main breadwinner. She doesn't want to support Razvan. She expects her partner to do exactly what Jason did. But, she says, Razvan didn't like hearing that.
And Razvan was like, didn't respond well to what I was saying.
I mean, we all knew this, didn't we? These two just aren't a good fit. Razvan needs someone who's excited and supportive of his career, whereas Amanda needs someone who feels like a natural fit to her family, who can almost give her a continuation of what she was used to. And that causes Amanda to do some soul searching.
I just don't think that we go well together. I don't know, did I get into a relationship too quickly?
Yes, Amanda, you did. And it's sad that it's taken you so long to realise. It's sad that Razvan has ended up as collateral damage here. Judging by Amanda's complete lack of emotions, this didn't really mean all that much to her. It certainly wasn't love. This was a rebound. Amanda was just looking to get under someone in order to get over someone. But the same can't be said for Razvan. He genuinely seems to be in pain here.
I don't know, I feel like, is something wrong with me?
It's so cruel from Amanda. She's been so dishonest both to herself and to Razvan. She's led this guy on. She's played with his emotions. She's made him feel like he's not good enough. And now she's literally there trying to shrug it off, as though it doesn't really matter. But it does, Amanda. And regardless of what you try to tell yourself, the way you've just treated Razvan isn't right.
And this is very confusing.